Tonight, knife horror, the schoolyard slashing that's left a student in hospital.
I want to reassure everybody that this is a very safe school.
Camera clue, parents plead for information as a fresh lead emerges in the hunt for their son's killer.
If they'd come forward, at least we will know what happened to our son that night.
And Alpine Battle, the weather closes in, proving a help and a hindrance for firefighters.
This is 10 News at 5 with Ben Lewis.
Good evening. First tonight, schoolyard terror for children in Melbourne's east. A teenager slashing a student with a knife at Ashwood College. Parents told Holly Little of their shock. A 15-year-old boy now charged with various weapons and assault-related crimes over the attack.
A student being treated in an ambulance.
Homicide detectives believe security footage holds the key to solving a fatal assault outside a Southbank nightclub almost 6 years ago. The parents of Shannon McCormick have made a fresh appeal for the attacker to come forward. Emma O'Sullivan has more.
Bill and Cheryl McCormack have been here before.
Police are desperate to catch a sexual predator who attacked a 17-year-old boy on a walking track in Epping on Wednesday night. The teenager was king hit, left unconscious and bleeding on the gravel. 10's Melanie Davies is at the track at Quarry Hills Park and joins us live now. Mel, what have police told you about this sickening attack?
Well, Ben, a 17-year-old boy was walking through...
Thanks, Mel. Melanie Davies there, live in Epping. Sick Victorians are being asked to wait while state and federal health ministers continue their bickering over funding cuts. Both sides describing a meeting today as disappointing. Jade Vincent has the latest.
Game faces on.
The high-profile lawyer of controversial MP Craig Thomson has set off a political scrub fire with claims his client was deliberately strip-searched and intimidated during his arrest on fraud charges yesterday. Political editor Hugh Riminton joins us from Canberra. Hugh, a bit of a fight back today from Mr Thomson.
Absolutely, among other things, Craig, to the end of the month. Ben.
Thanks, Hugh. Political editor Hugh Riminton there in Canberra. A bushfire remains out of control in Victoria's Alpine region, cool weather proving a double-edged sword for firefighters after flames threatened homes and residents overnight. Candice White filed this report from the fire zone.
A snowfield transformed into...
This is 10 News, and the elderly man charged with lighting the fatal Aberfeldy bushfire has been granted bail. The Gippsland court has ordered Graham Code to live at a secret new address due to safety concerns. Alicia Morrison was at court.
Graham Code simply says he's...
Two Melbourne nurses claim they can get children to sleep using a mobile phone. They've developed an app to help desperate parents laying awake with a screaming child. Trent Dan has the details.
16-month-old Aiden Bianco had...
Coming up in 10 News, the 100-year-old office boy with no plans of quitting. Paris beckons Beckham as the superstar says no to Australia. And Big Picture showing off Victoria to new arrivals. A Melbourne court has heard a mother whose baby died in a hot car had previously left the child unattended. 21-year-old Michelle Nguyen has pleaded guilty to the manslaughter of her 10-month-old daughter in 2011. Her lawyer said she's traumatised by the death and should not be jailed. But prosecutors argued the crime is simply too serious and the sentence should serve as a warning to others. The hearing continues. An aspiring Geelong firefighter has used some quick thinking to extinguish a boat fire using his jet ski. 23-year-old Dean Linich was with friends when they noticed the vessel's engine explode on Lake Buffalo near Myrtleford in Victoria's northeast. He used his jet ski to splash water onto the boat, which was carrying two 17-year-olds. Both on board received serious burns and had jumped off the boat by the time Mr Linich arrived. Now it's over to Mike and a Friday friend with the latest on the weather.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. Good evening.
Thanks, Mike. Coming up, a parent's plea to find their missing son. And super singer Beyonce hits back at her lip sync critics ahead of the Super Bowl. To breaking news now, and a Coburg man has just been charged with 3 counts of rape. 10's Alicia Morrison joins us live from the court precinct. Alicia, can you explain what's happened in court?
Well, Ben, Adrian Ernest Bailey from Coburg, as you said.
Singer Beyonce has shut down her critics, belting out a live version of the national anthem. After the storm surrounding her lip-syncing at the presidential inauguration, the singer's ready for her next gig, America's Super Bowl. Emma Dallimore reports.
Silencing the critics is as easy as this.
One man who would never lip-sync is Rob Waters, and he's back with Friday Night Sport.
Looking forward to the Super Bowl, Ben. For his trouble, he's got our play of the day. Well, you've got to start somewhere, Ben.
Would you film your kids if they did that? Put it on YouTube?
My kids haven't seen snow and they're not happy with Dad, but it's on the bucket list. See you, mate.
Thanks, Rob. Have a good weekend. Checking last night's Powerball results, and with no Division 1 winner, the prize pool jackpots. Division 2 returns $59,600. The rest of the results are there on your screen. Mike's next after the break with the weekend weather details and colourful preparations underway to mark the Year of the Snake. Dragons and drums took over Little Bourke Street today for the launch of Chinese New Year. Lord Mayor Robert Doyle watched on as performers welcomed in the Year of the Snake, which may or may not be lucky for some.
It talks about steady progress, attention to detail, challenges and conflicts. And it actually warns people, don't get married in the Year of the Snake.
Good advice. 100,000 people are expected to line the city's streets on the 10th of Feb.
This weather report proudly brought to you by Mortein NatureGuard Automatic Odorless for continuous odorless protection.
Well, we've had some bizarre weather in the past 24 hours. Mike Larkin, what are we in for this weekend?
Well, Ben, a very good evening. Firstly, back to you, Ben.
Thanks, Mike. That's 10 News for this Friday night. Stay with us. The project is coming up at 6:30. Take care. Have a great weekend.